There are three important lessons that I have learned by being on YouTube for a number of years, and I'm going to tell you exactly what they are. They involve you trying to become healthier and the confusion that people have in regard to trying to figure out which diet should I do, which exercise should I do, things of that nature. The number one thing I've learned is that it's your job to fix your body. It's not your doctor's, it's not another YouTuber, it's not your neighbor's, it's not your spouse. You have to go about trying to fix your own body and listening to your own body. I view YouTube as a resource to give different opinions of how to go about solving problems. Now, I've been doing this for 28 years. I've kind of worked out some of the kinks, you know what I mean, in terms of trying to help people. You know, if you've seen 1,000 people and you failed 1,000 times, at least you learned 1,000 different ways to not fix a spinal problem or something like that. If you have patients that have had high blood pressure or diabetes and you gave them a diet and you did it 1,000 times and none of them got better, well, you learned a lot. So as the years have gone by, and I'm trying not to brag here, but I've gotten better and better success with people that have certain problems. But what I've noticed is it's not always the information that I gave them, but rather it's learning how to find the right people to do this. And usually it's the people that are motivated. It's actually getting people to be motivated to do the information that you're trying to give them. And it's your responsibility. That's the bizarre thing. It frustrates me when I have a patient who just doesn't want to listen to what I'm going to tell them. And I just put my arms up and I think to myself, then why do they even come in and pay me? Sometimes I don't get it. But a couple weeks ago, I had a patient who was having trouble with stenosis, with diabetes, with neuropathy, with a lot of different problems in her body. And I wanted her to start doing at least something, anything, any type of exercise, just to get blood circulating through their body. And I gave them the exercise 1 week. I said, come back in 1 week, make sure and do the exercise every single day. And with these types of patients, you just want to get some momentum going, just something happening. Something, get active in your own healing process. The following week they came back and she said, nah, I'm not going to do that. I didn't have time. And I thought to myself, well, what else do you have to do? She's retired. She's at home all the time. She didn't find the time. In other words, she then said, I don't think I want to do that. And I thought, wow, okay. So anytime you want to get better, it's going to be up to you. That's an unfortunate truth. And what you'll find is that if you feel as though your doctor doesn't care, if you feel as though your doctor's not giving you any information of how to solve your problem, it may be that either your doctor doesn't have the time or that your doctor has kind of a pistol behind his head, his employer, who's telling him not to give you that information, because that does happen. There's many times insurance companies tell us exactly how to treat the patient, exactly how many times we're allowed to treat the patient, and what procedures we're allowed to do. Don't think it doesn't happen, because it does. The other thing is the doctor may have lost faith in his ability to communicate to you, to get you to do that information. Because just like I gave you an example here, I had a patient who I gave her the information. I spent time with her. I showed her the exercise only to find a week later that she didn't even do it once. That becomes frustrating. And so you learn to recognize who those patients might be. And very often, some doctors just kind of give up, and they can sense that you're not going to do it yourself. And thus, why should they spend a half an hour giving you information that you're not going to follow through with? The second thing that I learned is you can't even give stuff away for free. Last month, I had a promotion and I was going to give away free bottles of Magnesium Breakthrough. And this is the sponsor of the video, so you have to take that with a grain of salt, I guess. But ultimately, we were trying to give away a certain number of bottles. So I was allotted to give away free stuff. I was going to have it sent to you. All you had to do, because we don't know where anybody is, there's a standard shipping cost in America, and then internationally there's a little bit more. So you pay for the shipping costs, you get the bottle for free. The idea was if we get enough of my subscribers to take this magnesium supplement, then listen, it's a great magnesium supplement. I'm not trying to advertise right now. That'll be at the end, so just you could watch it then. But it's a great magnesium supplement. Give it to 200 people, and there's got to be a percentage that are going to realize after a month of taking it that it's pretty fantastic. They're going to want to order some. There were so many negative comments that it almost became kind of stupid. So this month, I'm not giving away any free stuff anymore. There's some value in when you have to pay for it. You couldn't give it away. It's kind of like in school, public education, people complain left and right. Private education, when you pay tuition, people appreciate it. Every time, if you've ever had a child or a grandchild, when you give a child a toy, they break it, they don't care about it. When you make them do chores and earn money that they pay for their own toy, they're polishing that thing after every time they play with it, aren't they? It's like human nature. We appreciate things that we value, that we had to earn. But anything handed to us on a silver platter, we don't care. And so maybe that was a failing of last month's promotion. The company and I kind of thought it would be a good idea. Maybe we'll do it again in the future, but there were some comments that I was like, I'm not going to send a free month's supply of magnesium to this person. They clearly don't even appreciate it. Very entitlement type of thing. And that's what I've learned, is that when stuff is free, people don't value it. So one of the disadvantages of me talking right now on YouTube is you get to watch this video for free. Any information, all my videos, I have like 7,000 videos that I've produced. A lot of them have good information. There's no reason why you should appreciate anything I've done. There's no value in me giving you this for free. It's only when it's a subscription does it become valuable. The third thing that I've learned by being on YouTube for so long is that, man, there's a lot of suffering going on. And this is why we need to have different opinions of how to do a diet, how to do exercise, so that you can learn various ways of doing things, so you can learn what works for yourself. And if you're not sure if you're suffering and you're having a lot of health problems, what can you do right now to get started? Very often for most people, unless you're paralyzed and in a wheelchair or bedridden, to actually go for a walk. Of all the different exercises to help blood pressure and help your metabolic health and to help your general sense of well-being, just going out for a walk is a great exercise. It's something that's natural, our body does. Even if I personally will go for a bicycle ride during the course of the day, or I'll do calisthenics, my wife and I at nighttime after dinner, as much as we possibly can, there's sometimes it rains, that type of thing, we'll go for a walk. And it's just so mentally clearing. It's good for your soul. It's good for your body. It's one of the best exercises that you can do. You can do walking, and it doesn't cost you anything. The second thing that you can do if you're really having a lot of health trouble is to do deep breathing exercises on a daily basis, to just breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, as deep as you humanly can for about 5 minutes. You'd be amazed how much this can save you mentally, spiritually, your soul. Your blood pressure goes down when you do deep breathing through your nose. you feel so much better. The blood vessels will dilate and will become more supple when you do deep breathing exercises. Stress is another big one. I joke with patients sometimes and I tell them, if it wasn't for stress, probably about 30 to 40% of my patients wouldn't be here. And if you want to not see the chiropractor and you want to not have to see your medical doctor for all these emotional problems, you have to come to grip with the fact that life is stressful. It's supposed to be stressful. We're not supposed to live a life without stress. It's how we manage that stress and how we deal with that stress. The emotional ways that we deal with stress are the most important things and skills that you can learn. I think I piss people off, and I think that I piss off patients sometimes when they come in and they go, "Oh my God, did you hear about this on the news?" And no, I don't. "How could you not watch the news?" they say. And I go, "Because it doesn't help me at all. My only goal today," I tell patients this, "my only goal today is you right now. But the problem is I got 20 or 30 other people I got to deal with today. So I focus on the patient that I'm in front of and how I can help them, but then I go into the next room and I try to help that person." That's how I operate. I don't watch the news. I don't watch the major media. And the reason why is because yak. They're all negative. It's always negative without ever a solution to the problem. And even if the government or healthcare insurance companies came up with a solution, it doesn't affect me directly in my life today. Anything that I have no control over, I don't want to know about. And a lot of people will say, "Well, Dr. Story, you're putting your head in the sand. How can you not be involved in knowing all the negative stuff in the world?" And I'm like, yeah, but you're the one that's angry. I'm not angry. Why would I want to be angry? It doesn't solve anything. If you don't have any ability to solve a problem, then it's not worth spending your entire day worrying about it. Dealing with stress is a big factor. I'll put a link down in the description down below of a book that helped me a long time ago. I read it a long time ago. I still have it, and every once in a while I will consult that book and reread it because it's good to remind yourself to do things. Because I'm going to tell you a secret. The world wants you depressed. The world wants you down. The world wants you to be negative because that's the way they control you. So it's a book by Dale Carnegie. It's called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. There's an Amazon link. You can click it, read reviews, of which the book is so cheap, I don't even know why you would read reviews. Who cares what other people think? Just buy the book and read it. If you don't like it, throw it away or donate it to a library. The last thing is that people have such health problems in terms of joints. And for the majority of people, it's the lack of use of the joints. It's not always the excessive use of the joints that causes problems, but the lack of use. So on a daily basis, if you could just do joint rotations, this is so easy and it costs nothing, but you could start with the wrists and just move your wrists, move your hands back and forth. You move the elbows, you move the shoulders like this. You take your neck, for example, you bend to one side, you bend to another. You rotate as far to one side, you rotate as far to the other side. And you do that throughout your body. You do that with your knees, your hips, your ankles, your elbows, shoulders, knees and toes, right? Who knows what that's from? You probably don't know. That's my guess. But it's amazing how much joint rotations can reduce joint pain. That's the biggie. So listen, magnesium, very good product. Most people are deficient in magnesium. So right now, I'm going to tell you about the magnesium supplement. Hang tight, here we go. And at the end, if you want to subscribe, fine. If you don't want to subscribe, no stress. That's the way I live my life. This is the magnesium supplement that I like. It's called Magnesium Breakthrough. And the reason I like it so much is because it has 500 milligrams of magnesium and it's got 7 different types of magnesium in it. And the reason why that's good is because there's different types of magnesium. Some do different things. And instead of buying 7 different tablets or buying one in particular or having to decide, I just take one with all of it. It's awesome. The best thing about this company, because they are a video sponsor, so you have to take that with a grain of salt or a grain of magnesium, is that they offer a 365-day money-back guarantee. And if you want to try it, you can get a discount. Go down into the description where I have all my supplements, and there will be a discount code for you if you're a subscriber that you can get some of this. And I just take 2 tablets at nighttime, helps me sleep, helps my blood pressure, helps my heart, helps me with muscle recovery and muscle cramps after riding my bike a lot. This stuff's fantastic, so I would highly recommend it.